if we can live a proper life and do the proper things, we have a chance of touching the lives of other people. I lived with one parent or the other from the time I was 12. And then finally both of my parents moved away, and so I lived with friends or relatives and survived. You might say that I was a self-made man.
Billy started coming to the Silver City area as a little kid, and he would come and spend the summer months with his grandfather out. And while he was here, he began to play golf. And this is where he kind of took up the game at the old Fort Baird golf course. From there, of course, he moved on to far bigger and better things.
He grew up here in Chula Vista, and one of his first jobs was caddying at San Diego Country Club. He'd caddy, and then they'd go out and putt on the 14th green at night. And they'd putt for money on the 14th green, putting at night, lighting a match over the hole.
I was 17. And, well, he was handsome, and he was a lot of fun. And he was a baseball star, and he was a golf star. And I don't think it ever entered his mind that he wasn't going to be successful.
I said, shake, rattle, and roll. I said, shake, rattle, and roll. I said, shake, rattle, and roll.
Well, he was a great player, and he was a great putter. I watched him putt the ball unbelievably well in many tournaments.
Whenever I looked at the leaderboard, I was looking for Palmer, Player, and maybe I was even looking for Casper almost first, because he was always there. Casper was a great player, a man under pressure. You want somebody to get it up and down for you, I'm going to tell you, Billy Casper would get it up and down.
Kind of the rugged individualist. He didn't advertise himself as part of the big three or the big four. He was a guy who went out there and just beat you. Young golfers who look at the records and say, wait a minute, who was this guy in the 1960s who won more tournaments during that decade than Palmer and Player combined, and more tournaments than Jack Nicklaus?
If you look at Billy Casper's record and match it against anyone in the game, he will come out on top.
Probably, if you thought about the big three, should have been the big four, because the same time that Palmer and Nicklaus and Player were there, Billy was right there, and he was beating them. He got his fair share of the wins, especially the one Olympic.
And as you see, Arnie's Army is happy. With a 32 on the front nine, he is leading Billy Casper by 7 strokes. You see the margin.
At that point in my career, I was playing some of the finest golf I ever played in my life. And after the first 9 holes, felt reasonably comfortable.
Now, Billy Casper will putt first. Attempting a birdie, it's conceivable we could have a swing of 2 shots here. Delicate putting stroke of Bill Casper, and he has it.
He's got it. Billy Casper gets 4 here.
That was a pretty good round of golf that he played there. We ended up tied, and then, of course, I lost the playoff.
Know when he came home, or if we were out on tour with him, if he won, it almost didn't have any relevancy. He was dad. It was just dad going out working.
First time I would say really that I felt that sense of, wow, this is what he's done, this is his career, and this is why he is so recognized, was the first time I ever went to the Masters, when I finally went, oh, my dad has a green jacket. That's pretty cool.
It was really interesting to be paired with Billy for the playoff. You know, we'd played a lot of golf together as juniors. I didn't play very well in the playoff round, and he did. so he deserved to win it. A sports writer came up to me after we finished, and he said, "Do you realize that Casper had 27 fewer putts than you did this week?" And I said, "No, that doesn't make me feel any better."
He had the greatest playing record in Ryder Cup history, still holds that position. He played in 8 consecutive Ryder Cups. That's certainly a record. He's the point leader. He still covers that. So it was a great thrill for me as my first year as an officer to attend the Ryder Cup that Billy was captain.
He, of course, was thrilled to be inducted into the PGA Hall of Fame, but the one thing that was paramount to me was the fact that at the induction ceremony, he presented to me the 8 medals that he had from the Ryder Cup to put in the Hall of Fame. So that was very special. But he was always aware of not only in his own little world, but he was aware of the big world as well.
Well, he became an ambassador of goodwill to Morocco when the king called him. The king called him and said, "How about coming over and playing golf with me?" So he did. And that year alone, I think he went over there 6 times, brought people with him. They had a big party in the end, and they've had a pro-am ever since. You know, that's a goodwill ambassador for our country.
You know, when he came home, you know, we'd go fishing, out in the ocean, we'd do all kinds of fun stuff. He was Dad.
He had singleness of purpose in terms of the family. We have 11 children, we have 38 grandchildren, and we have 11 great-grandchildren. He's a husband and a father, and a good one.
Growing up was just any other normal family situation that, well, any other normal 11 children, professional golfer, family situation.
You know, he had environmental allergies. He went to a doctor, and the doctor put him on a strict diet. One of the things that he had to rotate was protein, and he likes to eat meat. It wasn't only buffalo, let me tell you. Buffalo Billy stuck, but it wasn't only buffalo. I mean, we ate buffalo, we ate elk, we ate venison, we ate hippo, we ate rhino, we ate elephant. You name it, we ate it. It was pretty wild.
We have a youth foundation. It's called Billy's Kids, the Billy Casper Youth Foundation. We've just finished our 18th tournament and have given close to $3 million to young people. And then we've branched out into children's hospitals and Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. And he gives and gives and gives and gives.
He has spent so much time with the kids in this community. We would like to be able to find 10 more people like him, but I don't know where you would find them.
Very charitable individual, loves kids, loves people, very magnanimous with his time, and there's a lot we can learn from a man like Billy Casper.
There are a lot of 20s and 30-year-olds who never saw Billy play competitive golf. But after they've met him and after they've gotten to know him, they are taken by his grace and by his professionalism and by his enthusiasm for life and his caring for others. That's the impression he's going to leave with those people.
Well, he's very personable, and his wife is very loving and kind. I mean, they're really family people. And they're both religious. They both live their religion and set darn good examples for all of us.
If you're a 10-year-old kid and he's out there putting at San Diego Country Club, he'll stop, he'll look you in the eye, he'll talk to you, and he'll really care about the conversation.
I look at him, he's just a true gentleman of the game. He's passed on so much to the game. And the reason that the Hall of Fame was made to put people like that in.
Looking back at some of the old videos and some of the old tournaments, he really accepted the challenge well, and I think both the adversity and also the championships that he won, I think he handled them all with grace and dignity, and I think that's one of the reasons why I appreciated him and admired him as I was coming up in this game.
If you look at his record, I mean, he won the Masters, he won a couple of Opens. Billy Casper was one of the great players that's ever played this game and probably got less credit for it.
He doesn't want to be slapped on the back. He just does it because he loves it, and he loves people. He really and truly loves people.
It's been a great gift, and I don't know how I could have had any better life than I had.